All right. People normally you would see me on here doing voices. However, I'm here to talk about something totally different. Epilepsy. Epilepsy is not a joke whatsoever, no matter how you look at it. I don't care how you look at it. You might look at it in movies, you might look at it on TV shows, you might joke about it yourself. It is not a joke. I have friends who have epilepsy. Lots of different things can trigger it. Strobe lights, lights you see in video games. For example, this is WWE 2K17. And I'm sorry, not 17. It's WWE 2K18. Like, for example, I don't know if you can see this, but these flashing lights back here, these won't cause it as much. And the ramp is, is sort of flashing a little bit. This right here, these lights. But it's mostly a lot of the act cause it. And then stuff like this, that might trigger it. But, that's not as bad of a problem as other stuff can be. There are so many different things that can cause seizures. It's not really funny. However, my biggest deal is this. In Hollywood, there tends to be a whole lot of people that take seizures as a joke. Like, I don't know who it was that made the movie Soul Man with Bernie Mac and Samuel L. Jackson, but they just tend to have made seizures a joke. A whole lot of people see it that way. Like, whenever somebody starts to shake and they're like, "Oh, dude, getting ready to have a seizure. Oh, snap." Like, it's not funny. Like, that's, like, they may have intended that to be the joke in the movie, but it's like, no, like, don't look at seizures like that. That's really not a joke. Like, what if I said, like, what if I looked at it like somebody's in the hospital and like they're just cringing or they're grabbing their chest in pain, and it's like, oh, is he getting ready to have a heart attack or does he got cancer? Why would you even bring that subject up? That's not funny. There could be somebody watching this right now who has a grandma, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, cousin, brother, sister that has cancer, or even a best friend, something like that, husband, wife, whatever. It's not funny. Like, no medical condition is. It's like mental retardation. Not funny. People look at it as funny just because they don't have it. Just because you don't have it, don't make it funny, and it don't make it okay to talk about it like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Okay, great. You know how to fix this problem. And epilepsy, it don't go away. All you can do is diagnose it and be like, okay, you have this. You're going to be stuck with it for life, or you're going to be stuck with it for about 6 months, or you might have 6 months to live before this problem, is, whatever. However, it's not going to go away. I can tell you that right now. And, like, my biggest problem is it's not the people, because you're not going to be able to stop everybody that talks about it from talking about it. However, it's Hollywood. If Hollywood would stop doing that, then I wouldn't have as big of a problem. It would just, what I'm saying? Because everybody at some point or another is going to watch a Hollywood film. The hottest one out right now, it doesn't matter the category, is Black Panther. It's an action film. I don't know if it's ever mentioned, and at any point in time, it from the film itself, you don't think that they would mention the seizures. I haven't seen it yet. I just know it's the hottest film out right now, especially in action. So, but still, like, movie or no movie, why would you even mention seizures in a funny way like that? That's not cool, like, at all. And the reason I'm doing this video, it's not to be, it's not to get famous. If I gain fame off of it, cool. I really don't care. But that's not my purpose of it. The purpose is to help put a stop to, to jokes and epilepsy mixing. It's not funny. I can see if there's a comedian out there with epilepsy and then him going, well, hey, I laugh about my epilepsy because it's, it helps me get through life. Fine, that's him or her. But as far as everybody talking about it and laughing about it and making jokes about it, it's not funny. And here's why I'll tell you it's not funny. it's a much faster killer than cancer is. And let me explain. Like, I'm like Kevin Hart at this point. Let me explain. Here's what I mean by it's a much faster killer than what cancer is. Cancer, there's several different types of cancer, right? One of the fastest ways to get cancer is either you're born with it and you die, which I've never known that to be the case, but hey, anything can happen, right? Well, it's not that. One of the fastest ways to get it is by smoking cigarettes. Or that might be the fastest way to get it. But still, eventually it becomes a problem for the people who smoke. But it takes time to kill you. However, you have a seizure. If for the people who are in medical, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But for the people who aren't in medical, this is I'm letting me just break it down and let you know. Or for people who aren't in medical and know absolutely nothing about seizures, I'm gonna break it down so you'll understand more of what I'm trying to say. When you have seizures compared to cancer, here's how seizures are a much faster killer. Seizures are a much faster killer because when you have seizures, this is what happens. You could be walking down the street or just walking through the mall or whatever. And I've known this from personal experience, by the way. I was walking through the mall and all out of nowhere, like, I don't know, I don't think I begun to shake, but I just dropped, hit my head, and hard too. I don't know if I even woke up in an ambulance or not. But when I came to, like, all of this right here, the whole back of my head was hurting, and even the side over here. All of this was just hurting. Now, people have different seizures. Some throw up when they come out of their seizures. Uh, some just have like a slurred type speech. There are over 20 different types, so I don't even know them all. But regardless, my point is there's there's different types of things that can happen when you come out of your seizures. There's different things that will happen when you go into a seizure. Some people feel them coming on, some people don't. I don't necessarily feel my seizures coming on. I have once, maybe twice, and then stopped them before they even came on. But however, whether you feel it or not, it's just not, it's nothing to joke about. You don't feel cancer coming on. A doctor can diagnose your problem and tell you like, hey, you have cancer, or hey, you're gonna, you're gonna have cancer, and there's really nothing you can do to prevent it, or there's nothing you can do to slow it down. Only thing they can do when you have epilepsy is run tests and give you medicine and just give you a whole bunch of unnecessary bills. Hey, if I got cancer or if I got seizures, just tell me what I need to be on. I don't need a whole bunch of doctor's appointments. But yet we get them. For those of y'all watching this that do, have epilepsy, y'all understand exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, and by the way, the people who have cancer, they can drive. You know, us with epilepsy, we get a whole little 6-month period that we have to go without having a seizure. Then we can either consider getting our license or, be able to drive, for a long time. I've had seizure after seizure after seizure after seizure after seizure. And it's like, God, when will I be able to drive? So, or like I might have made it a few months and then month 6, boom, it's like seizure. So, you know, it's like I've been having to repeat basically. And now, although I might not look like it, but I'm 30 years old. I probably sound like it more than look like it, but I'm 30 and still have seizures, still live, I'm still living with the problem basically. And I haven't been able to drive yet. I'm on my 6th month. So that's a great thing. I haven't been able to drive yet due to the fact that I have seizures. And it's like, okay, I can't really get out and about like I want to. It's not a fun thing. Some of y'all are kids and y'all are gonna come up and y'all are gonna graduate and be able to drive, get your own car, whatever. Y'all might not have very many issues. Y'all might have anger management problems. something like that. Now, people that are like myself, we might have anger management problems because we have epilepsy. So that's different. Like when you're like myself, you're my age, you have epilepsy, you have this, you have that, then yeah, you'll probably have anger management problems, anger management issues because because of the things that we have to go through. Like, see, with me, um, I I have seizures, I have asthma, and then on top of those, what I'm saying, I'm very talented. I can draw, I can do voices, and I can write movies, which I've done all three at one point. Or I still say I still do 'em. Like I'm working on a Streets of Rage movie. I've written a Vampirella remake. However, they won't accept the remake. And I started working on the I Dream of Jeannie movie. They're not gonna take it. They won't take either one of them because first of all, I need to get the rights from what is it, Harris Comics, whoever has the rights to Vampirella. I need to get the rights from them to even remake the movie. I need to get the rights to I Dream of Genie from whoever. And plus, on top of that, I've looked into this. That's all I know. I have to get like $1,500. No, 1,800. It's 1,500 for a retainer fee, and then 300 for each movie that I'm trying to make. So just to have a lawyer, entertainment lawyer, for just for one movie is gonna cost me $1,800. 1,500 retainer fee, and then just for one movie idea, that's gonna cost me an extra 300. Like, why? All I want is a simple yes or no. Will they take my idea? If they will, then I'll get the lawyer. Then I'll get the what I'm saying, like. But that's not even important right now. So basically what I'm saying is I'm multi-talented, and I have seizures, and I have asthma, and I don't even have a car to go pursue my dreams. You know, and the only thing that I have here, what I'm saying, I have a son, a 3-year-old to be exact. And he looks just like me actually. But not even that is my point. I'm just saying seizures are very serious. I'm to be honest, when I found out that seizures weren't genetic, I was really, really happy because I'm lucky that my son didn't come out with seizures. He's perfectly healthy, he's normal, and that's a great thing. Finding out that my son is normal compared to myself. He doesn't have anger issues. He is perfectly healthy. He's strong. He's great, great little boy. And I mean, if anybody out there is listening, I don't care if you're a celebrity. I don't care if you're just a person like myself. I'd be grateful. If you're, if you, I mean, if you make a petition, as what I'm saying, to make seizures more of a serious thing instead of more of a joke, because it's really something to be paid attention to, but not made into a joke. So if you could do that, I'd be more than grateful. That's Anyway. My name is Chad Curry. I don't think I introduced myself at the beginning of the video, but I've known so many people to have seizures, and the outcome just wasn't good. Matter of fact, a good friend of mine has had seizures um, and actually thrown up on when she came out of hers, and that's not fun. I mean, because you could be trying to check on somebody that throws up when they come out of their seizures, and then you get thrown up on. Now, honestly, I've actually thrown up when I came out of my seizure once that I'm aware of. It's just like I said, it's just not a fun thing. If you know somebody with a seizure that has seizure issues, or if you have seizure issues yourself, like spread the word around. If you're somebody that knows somebody with seizure issues, don't make fun of them. It's only gonna make life miserable for them, and then it's only gonna make more people want to make fun of them. Like, so instead, just be like, hey, life ain't so bad. There's other people with either your same problem or worse. Now, I am hoping that this reaches Hollywood just to be like, okay, I didn't really realize what we were doing to the world. I mean, because, for example, there was something that Chris Rock said in the movie Head of State, which is like serious. He made it funny, but it's actually serious. You can go to the military when you're 18, but you can't have a drink until you're 21. Now, you go into the military, lose a leg, you know, or lose an arm or a leg, you know what I'm saying? You come back, and, he said everywhere you go, they say, hey, what's up, nubby? Well, he basically said you come back with a nub, is what he said. And he said everywhere you go, they say, hey, what's up, nubby? Now, stop right there. Stop right there. That you basically making fun of a handicapped person. Nubby, like, that's really not a funny thing. He's the comedian, okay, so he's gonna make it funny. He put it in a comedy, but it's still a very, very very serious situation. You don't say nubby to a person that just lost an arm or a leg. They become a veteran after that. Like, it's just not fun. It's not a fun thing to go through at all. I don't care what your handicap or your disability is. It's not fun for you. It might be fun for other people because they can poke fun like, oh, I got all my arms and legs, but I bet you that person either beats on women, or I bet you that person has anger management issue or has something. But you was epileptic, you don't have that issue. Like, you got enough issues just being epileptic, just like myself. So I find different ways to get my frustration out just from being epileptic. But basically, that was the whole point that I was just trying to make, was just being epileptic is not fun. And there's different types of epilepsy, a whole bunch of different types, actually. There's people with worse epilepsy than mine is. Like, I have mine every once in a while, sometimes breakthrough seizures, sometimes not. Sometimes they come from not getting enough rest. Sometimes they come from not taking my medicine. Sometimes they come from a combination of both. Sometimes they just happen. And however, I really don't know what else to say. It's just not a great experience. Now, if you are married to somebody or dating somebody in medical, then they know all about it. Like, you really don't have much to worry about. And they, and they take it just as serious as you do. But, doctors, nurses, RNs, whatever, like, they all know about it. MEs, they all know about seizures and how serious they can be. But people around them are like, oh yeah, you funny. Like, like, this is a funny situation. We can laugh about it all day. Oh, but if I laugh about your uncle that got cancer or that got heart attacks, oh, you want to fight me all of a sudden, right? Yeah, it's not, yeah. So if cancer ain't funny, if heart attacks ain't funny, if, uh, what do you call it? Mental retardation, and if dyslexia ain't funny, and, just all these different types of handicaps and disabilities, if they ain't funny, then seizures ain't funny either. Like, don't just pick one out of the litter just because, like, your family member might be messed up, or if, somebody that might be on drugs, might be messed up. Don't just pick something out of the, don't pick the run of the litter. And seizures ain't even the run of the litter, to be honest. But I don't know. I really don't know what the run of the litter is, to be honest. But I'm just saying, like, just because you have a messed up family member don't mean you have to pick on everybody else's, or it don't mean you have to pick on everybody else that's there. Just because they're, like, they're there to. It's something that either somebody is mentally born with, or they got it at some point in time. Like, you could be on drugs for all I know. Are you? No. Like, or that doesn't mean like I'm not calling you a drug addict. I'm not calling you a crackhead. I'm not saying you are on drugs. I'm just saying you could be for all I know. And you could be watching this video right now. You might not be watching the video right now. However, is it something for me to laugh at? No. Now, Dave Chappelle made it something to laugh at when he created his character Tyrone. He made that seem like being a drug addict or being a crackhead was something cool, which it ain't. Hey, if I were my way or if I was God or something like that, everybody on this earth would be perfect. Speaking of which, I want to say honestly, with a smile on my face, that had it not been for Eve taking a bite of the apple from the wrong tree, by the way, we'd all be like probably next to like because it was said that God made us all in His image, so pretty much we'd be like smaller versions of God. I'd like to say that's my personal opinion. Now I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that's my personal opinion. If we were made in God's image, that would be how we would be had you know if you know who hadn't bit the apple. Anyway, though, I mean, I feel like I took up enough of y'all's time. I'm just saying to, Hollywood, yes, I am calling y'all out on this, and the rest of the world who happens to think seizures are funny, don't. It's really not. Like, just because y'all might have a messed up family member or just because y'all might be messed up here somewhere, don't write it into y'all scripts that, hey, this dude or this woman or this kid is, having a seizure. Just because we shaking in the way that we dance or something, and I'm not saying I dance or I shake when I dance. Like, what's that movie? You Got Served? That was the dude that I don't even remember what part it was on. I want to say it was somewhere in the beginning, or like the second dance at Mr. Rad's place, something like that. It was one of the dances at Mr. Rad's spot. But just because somebody might dance like that, don't mean they're having a seizure in the middle of their dance. So just because you see something like that, don't bring seizures into it. It's really not funny at all. That's really it. That's really all I wanted to say. And like I said before, seizures come from a bunch of different things. So whenever like you feel like, or if you feel like if you feel like you're epileptic, that's alone in your situation, you're really not. You might be the only, I won't say the only epileptic, but you might be an epileptic that's not, what I'm saying? Like, I might not be relative to your situation as an epileptic, but I am epileptic myself. Like, I have epilepsy just like you do. So, we might not be on the exact same page being epilepsy, like, or whatever, but, like, the point is, what I'm saying, like, as an epileptic, can feel your pain. I really do. So, it's whatever. Anyway, that is my time. I didn't even know I was on live for this long. It's 23 minutes and 59 seconds. Anyway, it's whatever. So if you feel like, if you ever feel as if you've, been abandoned by God or whatever, which, trust me, on many occasions I felt like that. I felt like, hey, like, okay, I have this sibling and that sibling, and you gave them this and this, what I'm saying? Or you didn't give them this. Like, why couldn't all three of us have seizures? What I'm saying? So I won't feel so alone. Or why couldn't all three of us have the same thing? Or, saying this and this, then, if that hadn't happened to me, what I'm saying? I felt like real alone. Now I have a close personal friend that, that's like, that sticks right by me. I have two epileptic friends, actually. And they stick by my side. So if ever I do feel alone, like if I don't pray, then I can always talk to one of them. So anyway, just find you a close personal friend or something like that with epilepsy, or just reply to this video whenever you feel like it. And I'll find some time to get back to you. So until the next video, I will see y'all later.